In a brief moment, nature sometimes creates scenes that you might never believe unless you see them yourself. They are rare, unexpected, and impossible to recreate. Fortunately, a camera captured the exact moment. These phenomena are unique, extraordinary, and completely real. Today, you will witness images where the line between reality and the unbelievable becomes almost invisible. The storm swept through North Carolina and completely altered the appearance of the house in just minutes of howling winds. This scene was filmed during the thawing season on the Amur River in the Khabarovsk region, Russia, when large ice blocks surged ashore, resembling giant waves crashing inland. This phenomenon occurs due to the movement of accumulated water and ice under immense pressure, creating incredibly impressive ice waves. At Tuckerman Ravine on Mount Washington, New Hampshire, snow slid down the slope shortly after skiers descended due to unstable snow and temperature conditions, highlighting the importance of checking conditions before outdoor activities. The tornado followed a strong thunderstorm system, a common feature in Nebraska and the Tornado Alley region. These swirling columns of wind can form very quickly, instantly toppling houses and trees. This underscores why residents in this area closely monitor spring weather forecasts. A dramatic moment occurred Friday night in Fort Morgan, Colorado, when a man narrowly avoided being struck by lightning right in front of his house. Typhoon Matmo made landfall on the Chinese coast near Zhejiang and Guangdong on October 5, 2025, bringing strong winds and violent waves. On an expedition, professional explorers from San Francisco traveled to Vanuatu, becoming among the first to set foot inside the world's most dangerous and inaccessible crater, the Merom crater. Descending 400 meters, the extreme temperatures from the lava even melted their cameras and scorched their protective suits. From that experience, one thing became clear: visitors should only observe volcanoes from a safe distance. The tailings dam at the Corrego do Feijão mine unexpectedly collapsed on January 25, 2019 around midday. The incident released approximately 12 million cubic meters of tailings into the valley, submerging the surrounding area.
Så jävla ballt.
Is this a sign that something unusual is about to happen? In fact, it's an optical phenomenon that occurs when sunlight passes through millions of tiny ice crystals in high-altitude clouds like cirrostratus. The light is refracted and reflected through these crystals, creating a brilliant ring of light around the sun, often appearing when the sky is clear with cirrus clouds.
I'm gonna be famous. So you have all.
A truly bizarre event occurred in Toronto, Canada, when a glowing orange object appeared in the sky in mid-March, moving rapidly and distinctly different from the moon or stationary planets. Many people reported similar phenomena a few days later in Burnaby and Richmond, with varying shapes but a similar iridescent glow. However, there is still no official explanation from scientists or astronomical agencies. Imagine being led down about 30 meters underground into an ancient copper mine in Cornwall, England, where shimmering green rocks and minerals create a scene of hidden treasure. Cornwall has a history of copper and tin mining spanning hundreds of years, with famous mines such as Wheel Trowavas and Fowey Consols that once produced large quantities of copper and tin ore. Heavy rainfall raises groundwater above a fissure, causing water to erupt, and because groundwater isn't always linked to nearby rivers, the spring can flow even when river levels are low. Also a form of natural water storage, the Terminalia tomentosa tree, also known as Indian laurel, is shown gushing water from its trunk after the outer bark is cut, a phenomenon that occurs during the dry season in the western Ghats forests, India. Some older trees of this species store a significant amount of water in their trunks, up to 4/6 liters, which can be obtained by making V-shaped incisions in the trunk. This is a vital water source for foresters and indigenous people when streams and surface water sources dry up. Are these falling clouds or something else? In Sant Ridus Nagar district, Bihar, cloud-like objects have been falling from the sky in various locations. These cloud fragments are actually not real clouds, but could be foam, cotton, or other material carried by the wind and falling to the ground. This phenomenon is often misunderstood because of its cloud-like shape and color. But real clouds don't fall in such a solid mass. They are a collection of tiny water droplets suspended in the atmosphere. Tumbleweeds caused a nightmare after a strong wind on April 11, 2022 near Eagle Mountain, Montana, USA, when hundreds of dry clumps of grass were blown by the wind in filled residential areas. These dry clumps of grass aren't monsters, but rather a type of plant capable of blocking roads, covering streets or houses if blown together into large piles by the wind. White whales are extremely rare off the coast of Svalbard. This white coloration is thought to be due to leucism, a genetic condition that causes reduced skin pigmentation, distinct from complete albinism, and they usually retain normal eye color, a distinguishing feature from albinism. Such individuals may be more easily visible in their aquatic environment, but this also makes them more likely to attract the attention of humans and boats. The phenomenon of starlings flying in formation, known as murmuration, or in some places like Denmark as sortsol, black sun, occurs when large flocks of starlings fly over swamps at dusk, creating dense dark streaks against the sky. Murmurations usually take place in the fall and winter in the northern hemisphere, when flocks of tens of thousands of birds gather to prepare for their collective roosting. This synchronized movement helps the birds reduce the risk of predators confusing enemies in the large non-fixed mass. The undulating waves that appear to dance, called the divine dragon's tail, are actually often the interplay between fast currents and small ripples reflected from the banks or rocks, making them look like a dance on the water's surface. Though they look like rocks, these are ice spears formed when cold temperatures and strong waves break ice from sheets and roll it into smooth balls that later wash ashore, depending on yearly Great Lakes conditions. We are fortunate to witness and capture such powerful moments of nature. If you enjoyed today's video, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next wonders. Share which moment affected you the most. See you in the upcoming videos filled with nature's raw force.